Okay, so before we transition to our next topic, I think it's time.
Oh, God.
I came up with this little idea that it was... I said it was funny because I was just thinking to myself, what, like... JRPGs have such weird names. It was like every name that I hear about a game is like, it sounds like I made it up. If I had to make up a game name, it's just like, I could just sit here all
Close
day.
the computer, Danny. No cheating.
No. I'm putting this open so
It's
that
like-
when he mentions a game that's real, I'm going to look it up so I can be like, what the fuck?
It's like, just picture myself sitting back on like a Shea lounger, like having grapes fed into me, and it's just like, sir, we need a game name, and I'm just like, the Challengers of Glory, Part 7, and then like he's just like, brilliant, and they go out and make it. That's what I picture these our JRPGs are. So I came up with a little quiz, and I know Danny likes JRPGs, so it's not necessarily quizzing him. It's just
Full
to prove...
disclosure, I like JRPGs, but I have seen some like names of JRPGs where I'm just like, what? There is no way in hell I would have ever come across these, thought of these, or even considered these games ever.
It's more so to just prove the point that the names are ridiculous. So I looked up. That was a list that I found on Wikipedia of JRPG games, and I wrote down 5 of them, and made up one. And I'm going to read them off, and Danny has to guess the one that I made up. Okay? So the first one.
No pressure.
And I haven't heard of any of these. The ones that I found. Even though, like, the whole list. I think I recognized a Naruto game, and even, I probably couldn't, I recognized the name. I could, if you showed me the game, I would have no idea that it was that. But I only recognized the name Naruto. But that's pretty much it.
Oh dear God.
So, okay, here we go. Wind Fantasy V, War of the Crimson Moon. Kamidori Alchemy Meister. Not Master, Meister. Dream Sword 3, The Spirit Within. The Last Remnant. Phantasy Star 4, and fantasy is spelled with a PH. Phantasy Star 4, The End of the Millennium. And finally, Blaze and Blade, Eternal Quest.
Okay, Phantasy Star 4 is a real game. It's made by Sega, I believe. The Last Remnant is a Square Enix game that was released in 2008, 2009.
He's heard of these games.
In
Okay,
fact,
so you've eliminated 2.
It's $9.99 on Steam right now, The Last Remnant. Just letting you
is
know.
it?
It is. I have been tempted to get it. Maybe it's on the Steam sale right now.
Okay, so you've eliminated 2.
Damn it, I'm going to choke on an almond.
What was
So
the
that means
last one?
you have the last one was Blaze and Blade, Eternal Quest. Okay, so you have that one.
Blaze and Blade, Windstar Fantasy.
Wind Fantasy V, War of the Crimson Moon, Dream Sword 3, The Spirit Within, and Kamidori Alchemy Meister. Can you eliminate one of those?
Okay, I will say the Kamidori Alchemy Meister is a real one because that one, first off, if you were making that up, I feel like that would just be too obvious of one that you would make up. So that one is real. I've never heard of that one. Dawn of the Crimson Moon sounds like it could be one.
War of the Crimson Moon.
War of the Crimson Moons. But wait, it was Wind Fantasy
V, War of the Crimson Moon.
So let's just put it this way. So if Wind Fantasy 5 is a real game, that means there had to have been a Wind Fantasy 1, 2, 3, and 4. Or maybe, fuck it, we'll just do Wind Fantasy 5 and just say no shit's given. I'm going to say Blaze and Blade is the fake one.
So Blaze and Blade, Eternal Quest is the fake one.
Yes.
Is that your final answer?
That's either that or Wind Fantasy 5 are the fake ones. But I'm going to say Blaze and Blade is my final answer.
Neither of those are my answer. They're both real games.
The Alchemy Meister one? So the obvious answer is the answer.
You have, so wait, you eliminated The Last Remnant, Phantasy Star, Blaze and Blade. So yeah, you only have one left, and that was the one I made up.
No, I'm trying to look up Blaze and Blade right now. How do you spell it?
Blaze and Blade.
Blaze and Blade Eternal Quest. Oh, it's on here. It was a PlayStation game released January 28th, 1998, developed by T&E Soft, published by THQ. Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah, I told you it was a real game.
But no, see, The Last Remnant, I was actually very disappointed about. The first it came out on Xbox 360, and I didn't want to play it on that. I was waiting for the PlayStation 3 version because they said it was going to come out, but Square Enix never released it, and they always dodged questions, and the game was terrible when it was reviewed. Then it was released on PC, and now it's on Steam for $9.99.
Okay, so you eliminated The Last Remnant, Phantasy Star, because you knew those games.
Yep.
You eliminated Blazing Blade because you just checked it. You eliminated the Kamidori Alchemy Meister because you said it was ridiculous. So the last two are Dream Sword 3, The Spirit Within, and Wind Fantasy 5, War of the Crimson Moon.
Dream Sword 3, The Spirits Within. I feel like you ripped off Final Fantasy The Spirits Within for the end part of that game, so I'm gonna...
Is that actually the name of it?
That's a movie. It's a movie.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was the CG movie 2001.
See, I just pulled that out of my ass.
Fuck!
So I made up Dream Sword 3, The Spirit Within. And then...
That's why I was telling that that's why I was saying you made that one up, but not because you pulled it out of your ass, but because you ripped off the Final Fantasy The Spirits
But
Within.
does the name... The fact that you couldn't pinpoint it right away just shows that it fits in with the rest of the names.
I'm gonna show you.
But, oh no, the best part was, and then I was looking down the list, and I found one that was almost identical to one, the name that I made up. There was Sinarukana, The Spirit of Eternity Sword 2. That was an actual game that was almost identical to the name I made up.
I'm gonna try to find something. A guy I work with, he
So yes,
Have any-
JRPGs need
They're-
to get their shit together.
okay. I think it's just a lot of Japanese developers have like create those names. Let's think of Square Enix comes up with the most ridiculous names ever.
Wait, before that, is this just like names they made up for the English version, or are these like literally translated of the Japanese version?
The Last Remnant is the English name. It is. Like, you buy the game on Steam, it's The Last Remnant.
No, I'm saying that, but I'm saying when they make the game in Japan and it has a name, is this the same name but translated, or is this something that they just made up new?
Sometimes it's translated. I think Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch, the PS3 game. That one was the Japanese version had a slightly different name, but it was called Ni no Kuni. I'm pretty sure it had a slightly different name. I'm not sure, but no, a lot of them are the same, except for I'm trying to get on the Will's internet here. However, my computer's not really working very well. It says I'm logged on to Skipper.
Yeah.
But no, have any of you heard of Persona, the game series
Yeah.
Persona?
There's like Persona Golden and stuff.
Yeah, or we can always be like Capcom released Super Ultimate Hyper Remix Street Fighter 4 Capcom Edition.
3D.
Yep. But a friend of mine at work, there was a game that was released called Persona 4 Arena, which is a fighting game. It was a fighting game that was released, I think, last year, but they just announced the sequel, which is Persona 4 Arena 2 here in Canada or America. But I'm trying to get like
Persona 4 Arena 2.
No, Persona Arena 2 or I don't know. I don't know. But I'm trying
We're gonna have the same problem with
Final Fantasy.
it was Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy's names are just
But, I mean,
ridiculous now.
They had to change the name of the Call of Duty because they were gonna have. Well, it was Call of Duty. They dropped Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare because it would have been Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare 2.
It's just first off, in terms of Final Fantasy, soon they're gonna have to soon the names of the games, not just the way they're played, are gonna become a parody of themselves. Because the fact that we're up to 15 now, like when they get to like Final Fantasy 20, I'm just gonna laugh.
This and we had this discussion. I said, why don't they just take it and say, whatever the game is called, Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
So the subtitle is Final Fantasy. So
Here-
you know it's of the.
Okay, no, I just found it. So Persona 4, it was actually called Persona 4 Arena. That was the name here in America. Same within Japan. It was Persona 4 Arena. Then they announced the sequel. I'm gonna start with the American name, the Canadian name.
Okay.
It's Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, which sounds Japanese.
Ultimax.
It gets better.
Does this have to do with like how they just combine
Guess what the Japanese
English
name
words?
is though? Persona 4 the Ultimax Ultra Suplex Hold.
That's the translation.
That's the Japanese name.
Okay.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
Which Final Fantasy was it where you could suplex a train?
What? Was there one you could do that?
I thought there was one. It might not be Final Fantasy, but I know
don't
there was a game where it was like one of the guys' moves was like a suplex, and you had to like fight a train, and then you just like suplex this train. It might have been like Final Fantasy 8 or Final Fantasy 9.
In Final Fantasy 8, there was...
It was like a PS1 game.
In Final Fantasy 8, there was like a summon called Doom Train.
No, the summon was like Suplex.
I'm looking this up because I
think it might have even been Final Fantasy 7. Was there some like strong guy you could get in that? The personal Final Fantasy dictionary.
I'm looking here. Final Fantasy 6. It was 6.
6?
I haven't played it yet. No, I haven't played that. I'm on that one.
Did you just Google Suplex a Train? Or?
I know I said Final Fantasy Suplex Train, and the first thing was the best moment of Final Fantasy 6, a YouTube video.
Oh, okay. So that's what it was. Well, because it was like, it was a meme for a while.
Yeah,
it was
it's
like you could just...
on knowyourmeme.com.
Yes.
Sabin's Train Suplex.
Yes.
Is one of the...
So that's what I was referring to.
And then the picture is motherfucker suplex the train with the Final Fantasy like name font with the train picture.
What? Let's see.
That's it there, motherfucker suplex the train. No, I haven't played that one yet. No, see, I'm actually doing a weird thing. I'm working my way back. Like I started with 7 because I was 5 when 7 came out. So obviously I was the first one I played. First one I finished I think was 9. One of the best ones ever. Just letting you guys know. So I'm working now 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gonna do that. A friend of mine from work, he also started Final Fantasy 13 as his first one. I laughed at him.
Bad choice.
I'm like, that is a...
Yeah,
like,
even I know that's a bad choice.
no, it's a good game, just a bad choice
Bad
for
choice.
every
Choice.
reason ever. This is what I told him. Like, okay, after you play that game,
Need this
play
plugged in.
another one.
You can unplug my DS.
Okay, all right. But I was like, okay, after you're done this, play another Final Fantasy, probably 10 or 9 or maybe even 12, because your expectations will be very low.
Have you played 14 yet?
The MMO.
Yeah,
I was
is
gonna
that
get
even
the
out.
Yeah, I was gonna get the PS4 version when I got a PS4.
Oh, okay.
Because my PC, I don't really want to play it on my PC.
So are they talking about working on 18 yet, or is that not a thing yet?
It's in development probably. 15's currently in development. But first we gotta wait for 15, and then we're gonna get Kingdom Hearts 3, which is what I'm more excited about. Because Kingdom Hearts 2 was in 05, and I also have to get. This is where another.
And they've had a bunch. It was like Kingdom Hearts 2.5 or something like that.
The HD remixes for PS3 are Kingdom Hearts 1.5 HD remix, which came with Kingdom Hearts 1 and a bunch of other games. Kingdom Hearts 2.5 HD remix is coming out in December.
On a side note to that, did you know that, well, in the Hercules movie, James Woods did the voice of
He also did the voice
Hades.
of Hades in Kingdom Hearts.
Yes. And he's reprising it
He
for
is.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Which is exciting, because James Woods is the only Hades I will ever
And he's
listen
like
to.
70 years old now.
It's amazing, though.
And he also does a show on Discovery Science called...
Isn't he like a Mensa member or something?
Yes,
he's
he's
ridiculously
one of the
smart.
smartest men in America. But because I watched the show, it's called Futurescape with James Woods, and he talks about like the future and like potential future. Yeah, it's a really good show. But and I was like, why James Woods? Why the hell is he talking about this? Like, what is he? And then I looked it up, and it was like, oh yeah, he's a Mensa member, and he has like a over 200 IQ, and I was just like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna question him anymore.
He knows things I could never dream of.
But okay, I guess we should move on. So yes, bottom line is JRPGs need to
Step up their game.
yes.
Hey, no, they don't need to set up their games. They need to set up their game names.
Yeah.
The games are really good. I love Japanese role-playing games. And I am, if it's on the Steam sale, Gabe, if you're listening, please put that game on sale. I will buy it for $4.99 only.